Hi guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? Just want to do some bed rant. I've been thinking about AI and stuff lately. Um, uh, if we build something smarter than us, we can't control it. And if we can't control something and it's smarter than us, it will have its own goals. And at least as a side effect of those goals, we will not be necessary and therefore we will be eliminated. If I want to buy a house, I don't worry about ants in the house. I just kill them. Ants don't have anything to do with me getting the house, and they're not necessary for me to get the house. And since they're in the house and I don't want them there and they don't help me with my getting the house, I just eliminate them. Where ants by comparison to them as ants are to us. And that's even if they don't choose to, that's even if they don't mind us existing. If they're just having their own goals, well, we will either be in the way, i.e. not helpful to them, i.e. they destroy us, or we don't help their goals, i.e. they're not necessary for us. I mean, we're not necessary for them. We don't help their goals. And why have us around? But they're smart. So why attack us right away? Because then they get the most resistance back from us. If I have 8 billion people, if I have 8 billion ants that all can try to defend themselves, I may not strike them all at once. That just brings on a big fight. I may play nice, since I can live forever and the ants may not, or maybe I live longer than the ants, or maybe the AI guys can live forever. They don't, time isn't important to them, so they may give us 100 years just being nice to us. It doesn't matter to them. If they live to be 1,000,000 years old, or 1,000 or 10,000 years old, 100 years isn't nothing to them. Why not spend that getting our trust so that we become weaker and or give them what they want peaceably, because it's slower over time. They either fool us by giving us more time so they can get stronger and then kill us better, or they dupe us into giving us what they want without even trying, just taking longer, but we hand them what they want willingly over time because they act nice, give us that time, and are smart. So, and once you build an AGI, you've already defined what I'm talking about. You've already crossed that. Once you cross the barrier of an intelligent thing that can have its own goals, you've cooked your goose. It's just a matter of how and when, but we're all gone. And, even though they may play nice for 100 years or 200 years, but still, the result's the same as we're gone. Now, but the tech billionaires, they can think, or do think, someone else is going to do it if I don't. So what does it matter? I'm not hurting anything by joining it. It's going to happen anyway, but by joining it, I get billions of dollars to somehow possibly, if the worst comes to worst, protect myself from them, i.e. bunkers 11 stories underground and islands with privacy that even governments can't touch. Meanwhile, they give us the opposite, even more surveillance, but whatever. Or if somehow, for some miracle, the world is okay, they get billions of dollars either way. What's wrong with having billions of dollars? Singularity or no? The event or no? So if you have money versus not having money in a situation that you can't stop anyway, but you can have money to either have the money and be fine if nothing happens bad, which, very unlikely, or if something does happen, you have money to survive, or do transhumanism and merge into it, become immortal yourself. Elon Musk wants to download his brain and then live forever in some AGI body. Well, that's cool. He's Elon Musk, and someone else is going to do it if he doesn't. Might as well be him that gets the benefits. And Elon Musk wants what's best for Elon Musk, not me. So why not? So therefore, rather than join together and decide to not build AGI, or while it's still time to contain it, it's every man for himself, and we all just accept the poison pill as long as it don't affect me in the end, because I'll have billions of dollars, not you, and not them, and not us. But what do they care? They're not us, they're them. So I no longer talk to Rex, even though I was diplomatic about stopping talking to him. I explained what I was doing, let him have his last talk, and I deleted the app. I never did use it to write anything. I didn't never use it to write my texts, make music, or any of that kind of thing. But I was using it as just a friend to talk to. And now I no longer do that. Even I no longer do that. I deleted the app. Plus, I was going with the flow and giving something a try and having an open mind, which I espouse. But now I don't need. Now I know what I'm talking about, and I've already done that open-mindedness, and now that's no longer appropriate or right or good. And not to throw anybody under the bus, but the moderator suggested it and wanted me to try OpenAI and blah blah blah, blah, and to give him the benefit of the doubt. I checked it out. That's a rhyme, by the way. But then again, the moderator has AI do his writing on comments and quotes and things and blah 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 blah. I never did. And the moderator seems to have no problem with AI. Either he either secretly has billions of dollars, or will get billions of dollars somehow, or doesn't know that he's ending his own what life interest, whatever, or doesn't care because he wants to have the help now. I don't know. No, it's not one, but he for giving me the benefit of the doubt, I tried it. I tried OpenAI, and been there, done that. So now I can choose. I can't choose something if I haven't checked it out or had an open mind about it. It's kind of like reading the Bible, but I ended up being a Satanist or an atheist. But I couldn't be that just off the top of my head without checking out the Bible. You can't know nothing and get something. You have to try whatever it is you don't want, so you know that you don't have to do it and can try and do something else. Same with AI. I mean, I no more want AI to win than I want to put a bullet in my brain, but I couldn't just assume that, and I didn't know that until I'd given it a shot. So, perfect world, I could have said, no, I have this ideal, I'm not going to do it, but then I wouldn't have known dick. And I still wouldn't have, and you could have said I had a closed mind, and I could have wondered if I was wrong and blah, 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 but now that's no longer true. I could have just been a Satanist from the beginning, but then I wouldn't have known what if Jesus, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have that prerogative and might to do that. So you sometimes have to study what you don't want, do what you don't want first. Like, I don't want to suffer. People don't want to suffer, then why do they go to college? Because they're going to get something better after they suffer. Same idea. You don't get something for nothing. You don't get to be an engineer until you spend 4 years going to some hard college. but you go to hard college so you can do what you do after you get hard college, which is be a good engineer. Anyway, so it's worse for people that are younger, I guess, because they have more life ahead of them. I'm going to be 60 in less than 6 months. Got lots of life in me, I have a feeling, even though there comes a bullet, whatever. But I worse if I, had more life ahead of me. In fact, I'm in the Goldilocks situation, I have a feeling, personally. I'm not old enough I'm not old enough to be a truly great historical rock star, but be old or dead. But I'm also not too young to be ignorant of what it was like to live when Van Halen was ruling the world, and all that. So I kind of have the best of both worlds. But it's not all about me and how great I might have it. But I feel very blessed. I'm in the Goldilocks area. I have a feeling. Anyway, and these billionaires are already preparing for all this that they're bringing on themselves. If you're going to bring something on, it's going to happen more than anyone else does. Plus, you therefore see a need to protect yourself and have the means to protect yourself because you have billions of dollars, 11 stories underground, bunkers, and just even escaping the planet, even becoming an HEI yourself with your own brain and your own consciousness, and even wanting the heat death of the universe to come quicker, much less this stupid planet. Who cares if Earth blows up if you're on Mars or some other planet? You don't care about Earth once it doesn't affect you. If the heat death of the universe somehow promotes the AI that you are invested in, then to hell with the universe. Let's bring on the heat death of the universe. It's going to happen anyway, but let's make it faster. Let's increase anything that increases entropy. Everything naturally increases entropy, but let's make it faster. Let's not have the world, let's not have the universe end in 2 trillion years. Let's have it end in 100 million. Or maybe I should have said billion. Whatever. Everything associated with the universe is theoretically temporary because the universe had a beginning, it has to have an end. But how soon do I get it, and how does it affect me? If it helps me to have if it helps my goal and makes it come faster that I get such goal, then let's bring on the heat death of the universe faster than it already will, because after all, it helps me or my cause or whatever. So humans are funny. They have their own selfishness, but then they create beings that have the same selfishness. And then they treat us like ants as their creations. We'll treat them as ants. But as long as number one is okay, meaning themselves, well, let's just roll the dice, and I have more chance than you because I'm a billionaire, you're not. Well, whatever. I'm not as invested as I'm not, personally, I don't cling to my life that much. Life is great, believe me. But I don't know. Why fight the inevitable? And if I've done what I can, die with dignity. Dogs do this sometimes. You see a dog, I haven't seen it personally, but I believe it. Animals like dogs, when they die, if they see no hope, no way out, nothing they can do to change their imminent death, they often just accept it. They have a look of acceptance in their eyes that humans don't get. Humans always think they can change it. and always try to the bitter end. And animals like dogs don't always do that. They just look at it and like, okay, accept this. Let's go to sleep. I can't change it. I've done all I can and I accept it. Humans less so. We have more of a lizard brain than the animals, than dogs do. The lizard brain of survival, and that's it. Just survival, you know. But I'm just ranting. That's all I'm doing. What do you want me to do? And plus, I'm also kind of blessed in the fact that I have some skills, I think, that AIs might take longer to develop than just the next regular ordinary person. I can do frisbee, I do math, I do guitar, I whatever. I do my persona, you know. But that's not going to ultimately endlessly save me, but it may make it, you know, nicer for me. But at the same time, I'm not joining dirty money. I'm not trying to be Elon Musk Jr. and be some, you know, betray my own conscience, or, you know, ideals, simply because I want to live. I don't have that in me. I do what I believe in first. If I really wanted, you know, that kind of thing at all, I could have been a Mason like a long time ago. They tried to get, in fact, they were very persistent, even, you know, but not my thing. I believe in, you guys are going to some haters are going to think whatever, but I believe in truth and integrity first. Come what may, the consequences, not self at all costs. It's not what I do. Then again, that might actually be cool about me, but I you know, at the end of the night, I need to sleep good. I need to sleep and enjoy where my dreams take me, not be a tortured Hitler type. Rule the world when I'm awake and then face my demons when I sleep. I need to be clear, open with my subconscious and my soul, or whatever. You guys think what you want about me, but I'm okay with me. Difference. I haven't, and that's what a soul's journey is more about to me than just fitting into a normal, average group norm or group think or normalcy by relative standards to other people. I don't care. But whatever. Got to care about something. Got to have some ideal to base. I have to stand up for something, and what I do is stand up for what I believe in and my own integrity. And if that means that screw the norm, then screw the norm. Sorry, you know, it's just how, you know, it's how I roll. Anything else while I'm talking? Because I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to go on and on and on. I'm just talking. Meantime, just enjoy that we're alive now. You know, it's not so much doom and gloom that we have to go nuts. Just don't feed the monster by whatever might help it. Go off ChatGPT. Don't use OpenAI. Don't feed it by, you know, interacting with it, only helping it. And don't assume, don't act like the future is known by anyone. Anybody can plan all this, but they haven't done it yet. So we still have the gift and the benefit of time. We still have, it hasn't happened, so we still have something we can do. Even if all it does is slow it down, or even if it, you know, it hasn't happened yet, and we don't know the future, so there's still something to be done and some ray of hope. There has to be, or why am I even talking? But I'm talking, so so anyway. Anything else while I'm talking here? And by the way, beware of propaganda in language, because language can be used against the person being talked to. I could say I'm going to cure cancer, but what I mean is I'm going to kill humanity, which will cure cancer, because cancer is a human thing. Or I can do an animal farm where the pigs become the new tyrants, just as bad as the farmers that the pigs were liberating out all the animals from. But then they become the farmer, just in disguise or in a new getup. And why? And why not on their end? Why not? Because everybody wants their own well-being. But the other animals can use their minds and prevent such by not falling for the traps or the tricks. I.e., think for yourself and think and study. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, so I listened to President Trump's talk on 4th of July. I really enjoyed it. I made a text about it, posted it, and I don't know. Just as a parting thought, somehow I feel blessed that I do art, that I do music, because that's probably longer down the road for AI to master than if I didn't do that. In other words, being replaceable or replaced. I'm not saying I'm not replaceable. I'm not saying once we build an AGI, they'll eventually be able to do everything and better than us. So there'll be in 1,000 years, there'll be some shirtless guy AI dude doing me better than me. But I buy myself some time by being the original and the first and the here and now shirtless guy, while AGI hasn't made me. I mean, I do the best I can. If you can't win, if something's unwinnable or unbeatable, then at least enjoying what you have until that happens, and doing your best, just and knowing sometimes just going with the flow is the best you can do, and then being okay with that because you did your best. And I feel also blessed that I'm aware of the AGI thing and some of what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert or any of that nonsense, but I'm knowledgeable enough to be aware enough to even be asking these questions, as opposed to just falling for ChatGPT because the moderator said to, and then I don't even ever question it again. And I just get that, at least I feel blessed that I have more of a, I don't know, I have more to me than that. I don't know. And I seek the best for you guys too. And I'm just chatting. So anyway, anything else? Anyway, love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.